In this video, we are going to do wide nails transformation with dual forms. This lady is a former nail biter, but later she dropped her habit and the shape of the nails remained the same. So I will show you a very quick and easy method. Hello guys, this is Anastasia. I love doing nail transformations and I also like to choose different length and shape that can change the look of the nails, hands and fingers overall. I already did a transformation for this client a while ago. We did almond shaped nails and this time we are going to try another one. Let's do it. This is the hand of my client today. She has very wide nails. Actually, she's a former nail biter. She was biting her nails throughout her childhood and when she was a teenager, but later in her 20s she dropped the habit, but the shape of the nails remained like this. On my channel, I already have one video with her nails. We did transformation and I did almond shape with the nail art. I will leave the link to this video in the description box. This time we are going to try a different shape and slightly longer nails, but we are going to start with a prep. First, I will push back the cuticles with the orange wood stick, which is not very easy by the way, because the cuticle is rather sticky. That's why it's so important to push them back first, whether with the orange wood stick or a pusher, and only after that continue to working with e-file. Since we will be doing nail transformation in this video, there is one topic I would like to discuss with you, which is nail shape. Most of the times, most clients come to us and they already have an idea of what they would like to do, at least for the shape. They just tell you, I want coffin nails or stiletto nails or almond nails. And for most standard nails, any of these shapes are going to fit and look pretty good, depending on the length that you choose. But do you ever give some recommendations or advice to your clients of which shape is going to look better on them? I do, all the time, because sometimes the clients stick to one shape just because they're used to it. Like I used to have this client, she was doing square shape all the time. And once I just mentioned, I think that almond shape is going to look gorgeous on you. And she was very surprised and said that she never even thought about it, like it just never crossed her mind. And we decided to try it and she loved it and then switched to this shape. So I think it's not bad if we give some kind of advice or recommendation. But it should be just an advice, not like we should insist on trying something else. Meanwhile, I'm done with electric nail file prep and proceed to trimming cuticles and aponychium with manicure scissors. Now we have clean nails and it is time to pick the right size of the dual forms. I recently got this from AliExpress. They're also available on Amazon. I will leave the links. This is coffin-shaped dual forms and they work great. So we need to measure the size that is going to properly fit to her nails. I was a little worried if we will be able to find the proper size for the thumb, but we did. It fits perfectly. I also like that these dual forms were located on this plastic line, which makes it actually easier to fit them. Then we proceed to the prep. I apply dehydrator and non-acid primer, and then I'm going to apply a thin coat of the base coat. I received a comment recently, Anastasia, why do you apply base coat or something else only on 2 nails or on 1 nail? Actually, I apply it on all nails all the time. It's just in my videos I show you only couple nails or 3 nails, so the video will not take 3 hours. Then we cure in LED for 30 seconds and I prefer taking off the sticky layer because it's just more comfortable for me to apply dual forms. I decided to create some color of my own. I love this loose peach and silver glitter that I have, so I'm adding some to pink polygel, mix it. I'm not mixing too much, there's really no need to do that. And then I apply it into the dual form. We just want to have pink glitter nails, but you do not need to mix too much. I will show you a trick if you have like your favorite glitter and you do not want to waste too much. This is what you should do. All we need to do is to apply a thin coat of this polygel right here onto the dual form, and then you need to add a regular pink polygel to build the rest of the nail, because this part is going underneath and no one will actually see it. It's actually even better if the color that is going to adhere directly to the nail plate will not have any glitter. Apply it to the nail, gently slide towards the cuticle. If you see some excess product, it is better to clean it right now with a brush. Then you may freeze cure it for 10 seconds or 5 seconds depending on the lamp, and then I clean the product underneath. By the way, you can clean the product without freeze curing, but it usually depends on the product. If the product is runny and like medium consistency, I prefer freeze curing first. But if it's super thick, then we may clean the underneath part of the nail right away. And I think we can already tell how beautiful these nails are going to be. This is the beauty of working with the dual forms. Then we cure for 1 minute, and now this is my favorite part, taking them off. I like this sound when they're separate from the nail. And we do not need much filing and shaping. We need to take off the sticky layer underneath the nails. This is very important, and make sure you clean it all, because if you won't, your drill bit will start clogging and it will be very uncomfortable to work with it. First, we need to make sure that they all have identical length and shape. I'm using carbide bit. Speed is 22,000 rotations per minute to do that. And with the same bit, this is blue abrasive mark, I clean the product underneath. Even though I already did that with a brush, I just like when the surface is super smooth, and it is possible to achieve it when you're working with electric nail file. And also, if some product is there by accident, like too much product, you can also clean it at this point. Then I switch to another carbide bit. This one is cone shaped because this small edge helps me to work around the cuticle area and along the sidewalls. If you have some excess product there, or if it's just a little uneven, we can smooth it out with this bit. And this is how you will make sure that the product is not going to lift. And finally, when I'm done with the e-file, I do a little retouch with the hand file. This is 180 grit, usually that's all we need for the polygel. I mostly file the sidewalls and sometimes the free edge, just to make sure that the shape is identical on each nail. And finally, I'm going to buff the surface with 180 grit buffer, because I'm going to add a little bit of nail art on top, and it is much easier to do this when you have a matte surface. There's no need to buff it to a high shine because we're going to use a top coat afterwards. I'm doing nails for so many years and I'm still enjoying these two looks. When you see the nails that are transformed and you can hardly believe what they looked like at the beginning. And then I also like to see the look on clients or models' face. They feel happy and tell you the same, like, oh my god, I cannot believe that this is my hand. It is so beautiful. Even though I'm doing manicures and natural nail care and some nail art, doing extensions is my favorite thing, especially transformations. After all filing and shaping and buffing the cuticles, if they were too dry and there were some hangnails, they may still look a little dry and some small particles of the skin may remain there. So I prefer buffing the cuticle with a diamond sphere bead. This is red abrasive mark, the speed is 16, 1000 rotations per minute. At this point, I ask a client to wash her hands, and this is what we have now. I totally love this shape, and then I thought that we may add just a little bit of nail art so they will not look too boring. I'm using white gel paint. You can also use gel polishes, but with gel paints it's usually easier if you would like to create some geometrical lines like this. Also, if you are doing nail art with gel polishes, I recommend you to cure each nail when you're done. But if you're using gel paints, that you may create nail art on a few nails and then cure them one at a time. But it also depends on the design. I mean, if it's too complicated, it's still better to at least freeze cure it for 10 seconds because you just want to secure the design that you created, right? Cure the design for 30 seconds and seal it with a glossy top coat. Now that I have created two different shapes on this client, let me know which one do you like the most. This one, coffin nails, or the one that we created before that, almond nails. I think that I like coffin better, and when you're dealing with wide nails, I think this is also the matter of length. So if a client is not willing having longer nails, then I think almond is a great choice. But if they're open to some longer nails, then it can be almond, it can be coffin, or even stiletto. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this is your first time here on my channel, consider subscribing, as I post new transformational videos just like this one every week. See you in my next one. Goodbye.